All right, let's give this Mokwheel Onyx a ride here in the ice storm of the century. So I'm here in Greenville, South Carolina, everybody. And just so you know, to see this much snow and ice out here is not a regular occurrence here in this state. But what it does, it gives me a chance to get the Mokwheel out and ride it around in the snow, because a lot of these fat tire e-bikes, they go really well in the snow. Okay, so I abruptly stopped there, but just so you know, the ice storm out here is havoc on these batteries. So my camera shut down mid filming several times today. So just, I mean, it's been kind of brutal out here to kind of get this going, but I do have snowboarding pants on. So let's go ahead. Let's give this thing a go. I've already rode it around several times. Let's lower that seat down a little bit. So here we are, we're out here on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. And I wanted to see what it looked like down here. It is brutally cold because the moisture out here is very high right now. So you get really wet. It's kind of like a rain mixed with a snow. But the e-bike is the way to go. You can see my donuts right there, by the way. I'll throw some drone footage up of some donuts that I was throwing earlier because it went awesome in that. Right in the middle of the street. I felt like I was doing a street takeover. Yeah, this handles it well. Have I wiped out? Yeah, I've wiped out once, but you know what? Haven't we all wiped out doing something? I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I am fully geared up, by the way. Now it's zapping my battery. The temperature out here is down in the teens, so these batteries can't sustain that much. So I'm not going to go far. I'm just going to go far, kind of down and then around on the main road, because I can ride right in the main road today because there's absolutely no traffic. But I was going to go all the way downtown, but without having it's a little risky. You're going to run out of battery because it just zaps all the battery from being so cold out. I do like reviewing these e-bikes. They're pretty fun, and seeing like, look how it can get me out and about on this. This is wild. Now I know a lot of people that live in like snowy environments probably are like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. Well, you know what, we don't get to do it much here, but when we do, I think it's really fun. We've officially went into the Arctic tundra. You know what, I don't think they gave this storm a name. I haven't seen a name. You know, a long time ago we'd have storms and there'd be one called the polar vortex, if you guys remember that. The polar vortex, I can't remember when that was. And there was like the storm of 93. If you're old enough to know what the storm of 93 in East Tennessee, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of funny how the media will give these storms name. I haven't seen a name for this. Ice-a-gettement, maybe? I don't know. You guys give me a name for this storm, because I don't know what I should call it right now. Got the Mokwheel Obsidian step through, so I've done a review on that one. This is their Onyx bike. I just got it about a month ago, and I've been kind of testing it out, but it's been so cold and kind of dreary. Really haven't put it through a proper review yet, but you can see it has the dual crown forks right there. It's more like a mountain bike style handlebars. It's got the wider handlebars. This is my light on here, by the way. I'll put that on there. They're doing a lot of building right here. They actually ripped down a big, huge factory that used to be here, the mill, that polluted this entire area. So I don't know what they're putting right here. I'd heard that it might be a park. Just so you guys know, I'm kind of close to the Furman University area of the Swamp Rabbit. I'm over towards that way. And then here's this crossover right here. I think this is West Blue Ridge Drive, maybe. What this is, let's speed up a little bit. Look how I can catch some speed. And when there's no ruts in the road, this thing goes beautiful because it's making its own path. You know what? With the Onyx, you will make your own path. And that's what we all like to see. Call out before passing. My bell is frozen. No bell today. You know what? Should I stop? Look at this. This is the main road. You guys see this? Check this out. This is the main highway right here. Look at this. Let me know if you guys have ever seen anything like this down in this area. I actually have some snowshoes. I got to get my snowshoes out today. The Yukon Charlies. I'm gonna put those to the test and do some hiking. I'm actually wanting to see more snow. Get rid of this crappy ice. I don't know how well you can see it. Let's get off and look at this thing real quick. This is a mid-drive motor right here, not a hub-driven motor. So it's a torque sensor in this thing. So it's going to give you whatever amount of power, but I do have a throttle, which is kind of rare on a mid-drive motor. You do have a throttle. See, I can get up and going. Now I'm just going at a smooth cadence, because you got another one that's called a cadence sensor that goes as every time the wheel turns, you get like the full power of the motor. This one only gives you the power as you need it, so it does help a lot about it. Wow, that's got a sheet of ice right over it. But it's got a nice built-in display. They built a display into the head stem on this one. You guys see that? Okay, let's go ahead and tackle this little hill right here. See how this thing does going up this hill. I gotta get in the gravel. There we go. Oh yeah, look how it's tackling this hill. No, by the way, you guys don't realize how steep this hill is. I'm gonna go up this hill and through this little subdivision, but check this out. Now, like I said, it goes by whatever gear I'm in. So the gears matter more with a torque sensor like this than they do on a hub-driven, just cadence sensor. Let's check that out. Look at that. That's a big hill. All right, now this hill's really steep and it's not got gravel on it, so it'll be interesting to see how we go up this. Gonna line up straight. Let's actually go down a gear. You guys check that out. That is awesome. It's like there's no people out today. Maybe I'm the crazy one. My face is completely iced over. All of my equipment's starting to ice over. This has ice on it. Everything has ice on it. So it's kind of frozen. The camera shut down like 3 times on me because of the wind. I'm guessing the wind has shut it down. It just gets too cold. It stopped working. I do have a full face helmet on, so I'm keeping my head warm. Wow, check this neighborhood out. Shut down. This is wild. You know, during like Helene, it was just all destruction down here. Not like this. This is kind of like just isolation. And it's not supposed to heat up for a few days. So we're gonna be, this is gonna be laying on the road for a while. Let's try this without a motor. Oh boy. Oh, this is like riding in molasses. I can feel the pressure on the front tire without a motor going. But it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Having these fat tires makes it go really well. So you can ride this with no problem without a motor, but you're gonna be pumping on those legs. Luckily, I'm a semi-professional mountain biker, so this ain't nothing to me. By the way, my shock right here is frozen solid. Check it out. I do not have it locked out. It's just frozen. So no shock, and the shock in the middle is frozen. Well, the shock in the middle works a little bit. This is a full suspension bike, by the way. Yeah, as soon as I started seeing the weather, start talking about this storm, and you know, you could see how the moisture is coming out of the like southern US, and it's going to hit where we're at, which is kind of like that mid-south, Asheville down. You could see that the cold air was dropping, so it actually became the perfect storm to have this, where they knew that it wasn't going to be snow. It was just going to be a blanket of ice everywhere. And having this much ice makes things extremely difficult. So good luck driving on this. They do not salt these roads. They don't have snow plows, nothing. So you remove the salting and the snow plows, you're kind of just stuck until the temperatures heat back up. And that's all you can wait for. And like I said, the problem is we've got a week of like temperatures down in the teens. So this ice might take a little bit to to melt off. We'll see. Hopefully they'll start throwing down salt around all these places. One thing that you notice, you can't go that fast in this stuff, so you're not going to be like crashing out pretty bad if you do wipe out, because you're going so slow you can't really go so fast. Look at this intersection. This is wild to see this intersection right here. Let me show you guys around a little bit. So here's what I'm wearing. So you guys see this? This is just a layer of ice across my entire face and all of my helmet right here. So I had to wear this or my eyes would be frozen shut. I'm not gonna film anymore. I think I filmed enough. I think I'm just gonna get out and have some fun and kind of like ride around, maybe go for a hike somewhere, use my snowshoes. But I want to kind of do a quick little show how these e-bikes go in the snow like this. We don't get a lot of snow, like I was saying, so I got a chance to put this e-bike to the test and ride it around, even though this is mostly ice. But I will have a full review of this Mokwheel. You can see already I'm getting low on the battery. The battery, actually you can get about 40 to 50 miles out of this one battery full charge. But in this temperature and pushing the motor this hard, obviously I'm pushing it pretty hard. You're not going to get as much. So yeah, I actually have a backup battery that I put on this. So I got another battery on charge. I'm going to go swap batteries and come back, and then I'm going to do like a full ride all around town and kind of see what's going on. But yeah, you guys leave in the comments what you think of the storm. If this is something you've experienced in this area anyway, of Greenville, South Carolina. See y'all in the next video.